Aloha, beautiful star nations. We bliss here with a little transmission on this beautiful, miraculous day. Just gonna tag another person. Okay, perfect. All right, there we are. We bliss here to share a beautiful, important, significant transmission for all of our star nations on the planet. Oh, got it to take one other being, our beloved Shane Shima. There he is. Okay, perfect. All right. So we are here to share with our star nations on the planet a very significant transmission this miracle day. And this transmission is about emissaries of contact. Actually, we're going to tag one other person. Let's see. Just make sure we tag everyone we're guided to be tagging. Thank you for your patience. There's our little tag. No. Suddenly my little tag button is gone. Thank you for your patience, Pod. Okay, let's just do one more tag. Mark. Okay, not coming up. All right, thank you for your patience. So if you think this love stream is going to be inspiring, please share it out. That's called gifting. Very important transmission on this day. So we've been through a really rapid acceleration of the lifting of the veils on the planet through the work that everyone has done within them to come into coherence. And coherence is that peaceful state inside by learning to balance our energies like all of the masters, from Bruce Lee to Kuan Yin to Yeshua and Magdalene, so many more. Okay, we are located at a very special location for this retreat. I was guided to come specifically to a location, and I'm sitting in one of two very important seats that are carved out in the rock by the Chumash people. And the guidance told me to come here to share this transmission. Very specific location in the grids. So as many of we know, we bliss spent many years, a decade or more, working on the grids of the planet to unlock the planetary grids for ascension and for contact. And so the transmissions that have been coming in through the last miracle coordinate days have been to prepare our planet for contact. And there's many star seeds. There's many emissaries on this planet who may not even know that they're part of the Starseed program that is created to prepare our planet for contact. And so many of us have been embodied inside of roles that hold cosmic DNA within us, and that cosmic DNA was placed here upon our inception into the grids so that we could be able to function in these physical human bodies at higher frequencies without breaking the broadband. So what that means is, like, if you play, a classical instrument, the strings become stronger and more refined so that they don't break when the sound reverberates through them. And so our star nations on the planet have come in a more refined kind of a human vehicle that has some of our star DNA inside of it. So the window that we have just passed through has provided a massive activation of the codes of the star seeds on the planet to begin receiving what we call a much higher frequency of energy and information for contact. And so we've all been preparing our bodies. We've been going through a lot of physical changes so that the body is less dense and more refined, more connected to the light. And please, if you think this love stream is inspiring, please share it out right now. That's called gifting, so that we can expand this transmission to much of our star nations on the planet. So our bodies have been becoming very refined. There is so much energy coming through this transmission that we bliss is just really been trained to hold we's physical body in such a way that the higher frequency information can flow through for collective activation. So it's in the space between the words of this transmission that assists us to experience alchemy. Alchemy, not alchemy. Alchemy is the blood turning to light, and that is the gift of the voice of the Christos, is that in the space between the words there's an energy that flows through that creates alchemy in the physical body. So we're releasing our density, and as we do, more information comes through beyond the veils, beyond the planetary body. And that is what is happening now for our star nations on the planet. So the month of September, even though time and months aren't real, the month of September is a mass acceleration for the star seeds on the planet. And there are many star seeds throughout the world in all shapes, all sizes, all colors, all bloodlines, all races, all religions. And the mass activation is happening on the planet. So it's no different than when the monarch butterflies go to hatch. It's that mass migration. It's the mass exodus out of the cocoon and into the realm of the butterflies. And that's what the energy now that's coming in is communing to say, is that we're in that mass ascension of physical humans on the planet. Again, if this love stream is inspiring, please share it out right now. There's that little share button at the bottom to share live on our pages so that this transmission can be expanded out. And as we bliss shared, we were guided specifically to come up to these Shumash chairs that we're sitting. I'm sitting in one seat, and this is the other seat next to me. And many of us as star nations were guided to be at this very specific location on September 26, 27, 2015, which was the final blood moon of the tetrad, 4 blood moons in a row that signaled the coming of the time of tribulations, which was the great shift and the great purification of consciousness on the planet. And so this very location, we had a very, very specific and special ceremony here to prepare the entire collective of human DNA from the archetypal level so that the energy could stream through to all of our human family on the planet. And in the next several years, even though time isn't real and doesn't exist, the emissaries of contact are being unified in a field that allows us to receive information collectively from the level of the monad. And from the level of the monadic field, we are able to receive information that benefits the entire collective. And part of this transmission today is to see that there are many starseeds, as we say, on the planet who don't realize that they have these starseed codes within them. And so they may still be playing roles in 3D while this energy is rising and percolating inside of them, telling them to run, leave behind 3D, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. And those are called steps of inspired action. Because just like a woman is pregnant, there we go. We just had to invite the Divine Mother's intervention into the Wi-Fi cutting off for a moment there, the cellular signal. So again, if this love stream is inspiring, please share it. That's called gifting. So what's happening right now in the mass collective of the star seeds on the planet is that the energy of a higher consciousness has been ignited. Okay, Divine Mother is assisting us again with our transmission to clear any and all intervention or interference with the sharing of this transmission. So many of the star seeds are receiving messages inside of themselves. For the star seeds that are still in 3D and receiving these very clear signals inside of themselves to ignite certain things or to take certain inspired action. And some star seeds may feel resistance because they may still not know who they are, the codes that they're carrying inside of themselves. So this transmission today in the space between the words is to assist our starseed collective on the planet to ignite these codes inside of ourselves and to find the courage and the strength to break down limitations of belief systems inside of ourselves so that we can follow this higher inspired action that is coming from a field of unity consciousness and oneness to support ascension and full contact on the planet. Contact is not with the beings of high technology ships that we might see in sci-fi movies. There's great discernment here. And we spent time with a dear elder named Clifford Mahudi from the Zuni Nation who said to we that it brought tears to his eyes that his youth didn't know how to recognize a true Star Nations ship from military. So a lot of the preparation of our seeds is to go within, to learn coherence and to learn to still all aspects of our physical bodies and our nervous systems